Welcome back to BLOCKTV and you're watching Top 5. Today we're talking the best crypto law experts to follow on Twitter. As the emerging technology that is blockchain continues to develop and companies along with individuals take on the task of innovation, it's important to be prepared with a legal expert on all things crypto, especially since there is so much confusion in the space a lot of the time on the part of regulators. So let's get into the top 5 crypto law experts on Twitter. Kicking off the list as the number 5 crypto lawyer is Alex Mejias. According to Mejias' description on Twitter, he is an attorney and business advisor for emerging tech companies living in Richmond, Virginia with the four greatest ladies in the world. Lovely shout out to the family, 2 thumbs up for that. Mejias likes to be informative on his page and not to start a fight here, but the guy's a Mets fan. He even has a podcast to help people navigate whatever situation they may be in. Have a listen.
Hi, and welcome to the Alex Mejias podcast. On this podcast, I delve into the legal and business challenges facing tech startups today. The goal of this podcast is to provide actionable advice so that as you build and grow your startup, you'll be able to navigate some oftentimes murky waters and avoid some of the common pitfalls that new founders face.
The guy is on the path to crypto law stardom, so keep an eye out. The number 4 on our list is Preston Byrne. According to his Twitter description, Byrne is an attorney at Byrne & Storm who advise on cutting-edge technology and cryptocurrency companies. With a whopping 41.1 thousand followers on Twitter, you could say that Byrne is a crypto figure. His page is quite informative and he even takes the time to reply to those who want to chat. Byrne also writes for crypto publications on occasion. Recently, he wrote a piece for the Block Crypto called XRP, The More Things Change, the More They Stay the Same, in which he writes, quote, entrepreneurs in the crypto space, or in any space for that matter, are risk takers and sometimes can be quite cavalier risk takers. The importance for the legal practitioner advising entrepreneurs on the cutting edge is to be sufficiently confident with one's handle on the technology or the marketplace that one can ensure that whatever folie à plusieurs has seized the imagination of the market does not also have a firm hold on you. Wise words from Preston Byrne. Which brings us into the number 3 crypto lawyer on Twitter is Marko Santori. According to his Twitter description, Santori is the president and chief legal officer of Blockchain, a software platform for digital assets. Some know Santori as the dean of digital currency lawyers, a title that possibly came out of the fact that Santori was the first lawyer to argue a Bitcoin mining case in the Southern District of New York. About a year ago, Santori was on Fortune magazine's Balancing the Ledger. Take a look at what he had to say on the matter of SIM swapping.
I dabble in common sense. I try. Most of the hacking that goes on is a result of people relying on their telephone numbers as a credential, which is not the most secure way to go about it, A. And 2, then giving their valuable possessions, their coins, to a third party to hold on for them. When you combine those two, you've given somebody else the authority to process a transaction on somebody else's behalf.
He may have been the first crypto lawyer, but others are climbing up the rank ladder. The number 2 lawyer is Jake Chervinsky. According to his Twitter description, Chervinsky is a lawyer, though he reminds you that he's not yours. He works as general counsel at Compound Finance, a protocol for algorithmic money markets on the Ethereum blockchain, and tweets are his own and not legal or financial advice. Chervinsky is very active on Twitter, both providing analysis and just hanging as an average Joe in the sphere. He is also a bit controversial. In a tweet published in July, Chervinsky wrote, quote, I like Bitcoin, it's the best money in the world. I'm absolutely certain it'll succeed. I also like Ethereum. It has powerful, if experimental, capabilities that Bitcoin doesn't yet. I'm not sure if it'll succeed, but something like it must. You don't have to be a maximalist. Before anyone freaks out, just remember, this means that he is neutral and can represent all. The number 1 crypto lawyer to follow on Twitter is Stephen Paley. According to his Twitter description, Paley is a lawyer who does trials and disputes. This is his personal account and nothing he posts is legal advice. He's also a toxic minimalist, which is kind of interesting. Specifically, Paley is a partner in the Washington, D.C. office of Anderson Kill. Paley has a great sense of humor and often joins BLOCKTV to break down the latest happenings of crypto regulation. Recently, he joined us for Links in the Chain to discuss the U.S. SEC announcement that it would be delaying the decision on a Bitcoin ETF. Take a look.
I understand the eagerness in the industry for this to happen, and it would certainly be good for many of my friends and clients if it did. But by the same token, I think if you're the SEC and you've been around for a long time, your question might be, why can't we wait a year or 2 years or even 5 years? Let's make sure that we have proper market surveillance tools in place. Let's make sure that we understand custody and we understand security. Let's make sure that we're prepared to get things right before we allow these instruments to trade.
Well, Paley, we're waiting because, quite frankly, we have no choice. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies are a game changer for the world, and sometimes things are mishandled, which is why crypto lawyers exist. Totally cool that the sphere has sparked new fields of study. So until the next crypto lawyer does something cool, bye for now.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.